This story takes us to 2024, when two of my closest friends and I decided to go on a camping trip in the Allegheny National Forest in Pennsylvania. We all were a little stressed out from the last month, and we thought a few nights in the wilderness would help clear our heads. We drove out late on a Friday and hiked deep into the woods, away from the main trails. Eventually, we found a small clearing next to a creek. It was perfect, far enough from anyone else that we felt like we had the forest to ourselves. We set up camp and cooked dinner, and by the time the darkness settled in, we were all around the fire just relaxing, talking about nothing in particular. For a while, it felt peaceful, but just after midnight, it all changed. We heard a sound, and at first, it was faint, a hollow metallic banging, echoing up from the ridge above us. Not like an axe on wood or branches falling. This was sharp, like steel striking steel, repeating with the same rhythm. We tried to joke about being some weird camper out there, but the longer it went on, the less it made sense. Then it stopped, but that's when the force itself went quiet. Moments later, a deep humming began, vibrating to the ground. It seemed to come from every direction at once. My friends and I exchanged looks, too scared to move. The sound lasted almost a full minute before vanishing, replaced by something worse. Laughter. It was faint at first, like two or three voices somewhere in the trees, but as we listened, they got clearer, closer, low chuckles, like people whispering a joke. But it was circling us, moving just beyond the tree line. Chris swore he saw a shape shifting between the trees, tall, thin, and moving unnaturally fast, but every time our flashlights cut through the darkness, there was just nothing. Without a word, we ducked into one tent and zipped it shut. We knew it wouldn't protect us, but for some reason it just felt safer. None of us slept. All night, we heard footsteps outside, sometimes just inches from the nylon. Once, something dragged slowly along the side of the tent. None of us dared to breathe too loud. When the first light of the morning came, the forest was back to normal. We packed our gear in silence, desperate to leave. But on the way back to the trailhead, we found something that was lying there that just stopped us cold. Across the trail was a strip of torn blue fabric. Now, this was the exact same color as Chris's jacket, except his jacket was zipped in his backpack. He picked it up, pale as a ghost, insisting it wasn't his. None of us had dropped it. We didn't talk much after that, and by the time we made it back to the car, it felt like whatever had followed us was still watching. I haven't been camping off trail since, and sometimes I wonder if we had stayed another night, would we have made it out those woods?